Brad from Therapist, he couldn't make it here. She has two new listings coming up this week. One's a lot in Sugarland in old Sugarland.
Okay.
There's very little lots in Sugarland to build.
Residential or-
Residential.
So AKA, that's the reason he's able to go.
We
Because
know
she's
who the president is.
working her butt off, and he's just like, yeah, just
Akumal. And where's the other one? The other one.
The other one is came from Instagram actually.
Okay.
So, came from Instagram really, and it is by Clear Park Village.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else got something good? Who's got something good?
All right, let's keep it rolling.
Okay.
We have some great announcements for you, something good, I guess. You can talk a little bit about your class. And
Yeah,
if
okay,
there's
sure.
any other announcements from leadership, not that.
Yeah. All right. So Camp KW has been going well. For those of you that have already been participating, appreciate y'all being there. Some great high-level conversations. We still want to finish the week strong. I have been wearing themed T-shirts every day, so it is DocuSign Day today. So if you guys are, need to get, more engaged into DocuSign, learn some tricks of the trade, or just get through how to navigate a transaction smoothly. Join me because of team meeting today. It has been pushed. It's at 1 o'clock, where I will be teaching at 1 to 3 today, right after team meeting. And then the evening session is also there at 6 o'clock. And I would like to thank, our YP rep, Brandon Turner, who's going to be teaching it at 6 o'clock today. And that is available. That is available in person in the training room and on Zoom. Okay, so and make sure you grab the right Zoom link. I suggest you go to the Facebook closed Facebook group to grab the link just in case. Okay. Has it been updated as well? Okay. Okay. So just make sure we look out for that. Tomorrow is going to be the second part of the 4 laws of lead gen with Command. I got great feedback yesterday. I see some of the people that were in the room during the day and in the evening yesterday. We covered how to tackle the lead gen model with contacts in your database, and then we navigated into how to then segue into campaigns, right? Where we learn how to do email blasts and social media posts, run social media ads, and you can actually order postcards from Command. So if you thought that wasn't going to be a part of it, you missed out. That was yesterday. Okay. Yet tomorrow we're going to cover smart plans. So how you can have automation, right? So you can have emails, texts go automatically out so you can leverage the system to work for you, right? And then the second part of that is opportunity. So your sales pipeline, how you keep track of all your leads as they matriculate then into the transaction, right? Going from appointments to under contract to the closing table. Okay. So that's what we're going to cover.
Speaking of transactions, I guess not. Let's transact to you. Come on, then. You have a couple of announcements.
I do. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hi, guys. Oh, my gosh.
Keep going.
Okay. So first thing's going on today is LaDonna is hosting a happy hour for the HBREA, which is the Houston Broker Real Estate Association for Black Brokers. Something like that. Yeah. Today at 1 o'clock at Patent Title, so downstairs. So please make sure you guys are all able to come out, join us for some cocktails, some conversations, and some traps of the trade. And then second thing is, we already talked about KWYP, which for those of you guys who don't know, is a community within Keller Williams, targeting specifically more individuals 40 and under. But we always say age is just a number. The vibe is always youthful. And so what we're doing is we are attempting to bring KWYP here to the Houston chapter, right? So I had the luxury and the pleasure to travel to Philadelphia this past month, June. Okay. To meet with so many different Keller Williams YP agents out in Philadelphia for the national summit. And it was such a great way for me to meet so many different people and have so many different conversations about the opportunities in Keller Williams. And so my goal for this year is to bring that here to Houston, and have this network mastermind as people who are of younger and doing great, incredible things outside of the 4 walls of Keller Williams Southwest, to help us get inspired and rejuvenize our business and find other goals there. So I'm hosting a next Monday at 2 o'clock, a mastermind to help us bring this craft to life here in Houston. And I would like to open the doors to all of you to join me in doing that. So
Are you checking IDs at the door?
Yeah.
if you pass for 21, which most of you guys do,
Oh, my God.
yeah, so you're all more than welcome to join.
So who's under,
Yeah.
might be a sensitive, yeah, seriously, like, who'd be interested in the young professional?
Youthful mindset.
Okay, I mean, I know we have some amazing agents that
And again, there's
are like myself, 38 years old.
KWMW.
Sector of YP. Right, chaperones, because you young.
Well, hey, adult supervision. Listen, when I was in Philadelphia, we had plenty of chaperones who also participated in the fun. Oh, okay.
You know. Anyways, joining associations is a great way to also build your business and leverage your network, okay? So you have the HBREA and then you have the
KW Ball is coming to middle-aged women.
No, sir.
Oh.
Goodness. Okay. Absolutely. He's gonna be bound up. Okay. All right. So please do join those. The HBREA event is happening at Penn Title right underneath. I wanted to go ahead and bring Tammy and all of her crew up so that they can tell us a little bit. Yeah, if you don't know Tammy, you are way behind. This realtor extraordinaire here is awesome, a great connection to have. If you don't have her number already on speed dial, you should have it in speed dial. She is a great way to get connected to all of the builders in Johnson Development, and then just resources, period. She knows a lot of people, and she's very generous and open to help you be successful. So I'm gonna let you introduce everybody as well.
We are so excited that you guys are back on the road and coming to our communities again. So usually we do at least a couple of the summer.
Right.
And man, this was a rough one to get in here because of the hurricane stuff. But we're glad you guys are here. Welcome and thank you guys so much for taking the time to come here. I know it's your team meeting, but it means everything to this Harvest Green team. To see you guys out here because we're all about you. You guys are the highest. She'll let her talk about it, but you guys as your realtor sales are up here, okay? And all of our communities. So, thank you. Just want to say I put a few of these on the table. I had them on the table up there. But this is our brochure, our showcase brochure that will be changing soon because we have new communities to add to it. We're very excited. But I just want to make sure you guys have this because it's a great resource. As she was saying, my contact information is all right here for you guys, okay? It's here, it's my cell number, it's my email. So reach out, let me know how I can help you. If you have a client looking somewhere and you're just not really sure, like the schools or the homes or whatever, just reach out. I'm happy to help. I'm your resource. That's why I'm Realtor Relations Extraordinaire. And thank you. And then I did.
That's what you do when you're good. Great position.
I heard those business cards before they could tell me no.
Yeah.
But inside also the QR code for all of our events. You guys, we have lifestyle photo events. We have safety defense or self-defense classes. We have, CE classes. We have so many things for you guys. So please be sure that you guys are scanning this and you utilize our Realtor University website. Okay. And then inside there's Harvest Green, but it's available homes and it's also just takes you into our website. So there's 2 QR codes here, but it's all of our JDC communities. So that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to turn it over. This is David Ho. He's our general manager. Yay. And we have Corey DeVille. She is our marketing director. So she is in charge of so many things here at Harvest Green, signage, getting these kind of things coordinated with me, letting me spend her budget, things like that. And then Ann Claire just joined our team. She's holding Chance. Come here. Come on up here. And you guys, I think most of you, there's a few new faces I see today. This is Chance McCall for those that haven't met Chance. Yes, Chance McCall. It says it on his name tag. Anyways, I want to say this is Ann Claire. She just joined the Johnson Development Marketing team. And she's going to be handling, right now she's helping us, but she's going to be handling the new George Ranch product. get that up and going. We're still in the works of getting a name and stuff. So anyway, so welcome. And Claire also, you guys. And I'll let David talk, or whichever one's gonna speak first, and she's gonna tell you about the lunch plan today. I know
Okay.
maybe a couple people came in, maybe I was only able to hand you the paper and your lunch ticket, but you don't really understand, but I'll go over that, or she'll go over that with you. I'm gonna move out of the way.
Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah. You guys want she also assists me with my social media and coming to events, because it's hard to take a picture of myself.
Well, she's an expert, just.
There you go.
Well, welcome out to Harvest Green. David Hogan, General Manager, as she mentioned, we are in 75-foot tri-point model. And I think the program here has y'all visiting a few of them. Try to see all of them. They're all beautiful and open, right? We kind of gapped out a little bit. We can't keep our lots on the shelves out here because it's moving so fast. But we've just delivered about 450 lots in our round of phase 2, all the way from 40-foot lots to 90-foot lots. And we're about to break ground on our second section of 90-foot lots because they're doing so well. Yeah. Hope you enjoy your time out here.
Yeah.
I'm not much for yeah, no much. Water.
I can give y'all a little more. I know a lot of people have been excited for the 90 foot, and there was like a lot of rumors in the realtor community that they were all spoken for, but that's not the case. So please go down there and talk to him. They don't have wait lists anymore, so it's kind of like who wants to start designing, and whoever finishes first gets the lot. So please go down there and visit with them. They have a sales trailer on the very first lot. He's very nice, and I think he's doing a promo giveaway as well. I believe multiple builders are doing little things for y'all today. I know Melissa with Newmark set y'all up a really cute welcome sign, or it says "I love you." And then Island has sugar cookies in both of their models. So just visit everybody. Everyone was really sad when it got canceled during the hurricane, so they're excited to have y'all. And then going off this real quick, the map that we put together for y'all, just to show you, it's like 15 of them. So there's 14 models, and like then plus the trailer. So once that PIB model is open, it's going to be beautiful for y'all to come out and visit. But make sure you try to visit everybody in the Coventry 75-foot, just right here. If you have a vegetable option for lunch, there's about like 6 of them over there. So your lunch is going to be over there, but everyone else follow their tag. If you got Coventry 75, it says on the map, and then Weekly 65, Highland 75, Ferry 60. Those are 4 models for lunches. And then we have 2 models with desserts, and then plus the Highland that's doing cookies. Weston has a dessert and Newmark has a dessert. So we just kind of wanted y'all to go through and visit. If it rains, we have umbrellas here for y'all. Feel free to take one to walk around the model park. If we don't get it back, it's not a big deal. But if you want to leave it at a model, I can pick it up later. Another thing is y'all came just in time. We were doing this June and July. It's kind of been a little rough because all these storms that keep coming through every month. So you are eligible for touring the model homes, and if you scan this and register, you can win a Veggie Share membership for 1 year, which is veggies from our village farm right from here, and the pickup would be the farmhouse. Every week you would get a big box of vegetables. And that's for a year.
Can we rewind just a little bit?
Yeah.
Because we do have some new faces.
Oh, yes,
So most
you're right.
Know about Harvest Green. What makes Harvest Green special?
Our village farm. I know a lot of people might not have been out here. Sorry, I should have said that. So our main amenity that is the heart of Harvest Green is our village farm. It's about a 12-acre agri-hood between orchards, a big orchard. He doesn't like when I say 12. It's like a collective, like It's about 12 with like all the combined spots. There's chickens, goats. So if y'all want to stop there and meet the goats, the farmers are there every day. And then chickens produce eggs for the farm share. And it's really fun. We have full-time farmers there every day, and there's 3 ways to get involved. There's a farmers market every Saturday that everyone can come to, public, residents. There's vendors that are set up there. Another way is the veggie share, which is produce straight from the farm. And if you live in Harvest Green, which is great for your clients, you get the produce on your doorstep. They bring it to the residents. And then the public is also able to do it. And so that pickup is just at the farmhouse. And the third way is the biggest way to get involved is you get a plot on the farm, and they supply everything because it is ran organic. So it's a way to keep it run organically with the seeds. They help you. They have the transplants, everything. And the farm club also has really cool events for them. They have a pizza oven on the farm. So they have like pizza nights. They all just hang out. It's really cool. So that is the giveaway. If people decide to grow with us and they buy a home June and July, they're entered in to win a farm club membership.
And if you're not sure about a full veggie share, the produce is also sold at our farmers market every Saturday, like by the pound.
Out of a veggie wagon.
Yes,
So-
our farm, so
Yes, that's
Should
the
you-
farm.
certified organic.
So if you want to stop by there, and the farmers brought y'all all melons, and they're in Tri-Point 40, and there's produce bags for you to put them in to take home. I think they're Korean melons, and I've seen them cut them up, and they're delicious. And we also, from Harvest Green, are the melons, and then next to that, we packaged y'all gardening gloves with our logo on them, and it says "Plant your clients in Harvest Green." So grab one of those and get to gardening.
Everybody online.
I know.
So next was farm.
Yeah.
She mentioned the farmhouse. That was the farmhouse was our first rec center over on Harvest Garden Drive, Harvest Home. We're breaking ground on our second rec center over here. We have 2 swimming pools and
No. And then like
it's gonna be called the slice.
just slice,
Yeah.
what we said. So it's very like citrus themed, and the pools are shaped as slices. They have slides.
Yeah.
An event lawn splash pad. It's just down
That'd be
this
awesome.
road. So it's really cool. And a playground. That's really neat. No, that's a great idea for Tammy to do. We can have a pool party. I told Tammy we should do like a pool party or something next year. So, if it's up. But yeah, that's everyone, buyers over here, that's gonna be a selling point, so. We'll be announcing that soon, and we have a rendering video we can send y'all when we announce it, so.
We look forward to that. And hope you guys stick around for additional questions, as well as we're gonna be talking about some things that have changed in our industry that's also impacting the builder side of it. And so 4 questions that each agent should be asking. And if there's something in addition we need to add to that, please let us know.
Can the builders speak real?
Absolutely.
It's like 75-foot long.
Yeah.
Good morning. On behalf of Harvest Green and 5 Point Homes, welcome. I'll be real quick because I actually have a training over in Cross Creek that I have to get to. So Clifford Greenhouse, and my partner here his name is Michael Harris. So we have a 40-foot model and a 75-foot model. You're in the 75-foot model in case you didn't know that. But I've seen some of you, met some of you actually coming through here to actually get content. So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. But right quick, if you don't have these 3 sheets here, pick one up. There's some on the kitchen island if you need to. But I think the most important thing is we're still offering a 3% commission for all of our realtors. And on this list here, and there's also our 40-foot that we have on the back side here of this page, we're offering a $10,000 BTSA for all our realtors. So we need your help in selling all the homes we have here at Harvest Green, please. If you have any question, my host is here. His name is Jose. He's somewhere around here. He's very knowledgeable about Tri-Point Homes and Harvest Green, so he'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Okay? All right. Thank you all. Good job.
Love that 10,000 BTSA. We're going to actually talk a little bit about that. But before we do that, this whole thing is about bonus conversations. So we have a different or a bonus conversation to have right now to introduce you to a couple of new members to our KWSW family. So we have a couple of staff announcements. Krista and Israel. Yeah.
Y'all remember the faces?
I know, right?
Yeah, for those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Krista. I've worked with the KWSW Market Center for over 10 years now. I was working in the accounting department. I've worked very close with Chad and Andy. About a year ago, I started helping Chad with his multiple market centers. So as you know, he is the owner operator of a couple of KW offices, and we get to benefit from those shared resources. So I handle the accounting and the financials for those combined offices. I tell people I'm like a phantom. You'll see me come in, you'll see me go out, but I'm always watching. So I'm up here to introduce to you today a very new member of our team. I'm so excited. Many of you have met Amanda. She did have her last day with us about a week ago, and we wish her the best in her next venture. And coming into the accounting office to help with our CDA processing, making sure that you're getting paid on time and making sure that the agent billing is all good, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Rui Ethan. Some of you may know Rui because he has been in real estate for a little while. He's a successful real estate agent. He also has a background in accounting and finance. He has a degree in accounting, a degree in finance, and he has many years of experience doing auditing for MD Anderson and in the healthcare industry. So I am so excited to have him come on board. I think it's going to be a great value to you guys and a great addition to our team.
Man, I have nothing to say. I probably won't be a phantom. You can always call me, email me, whatever. I'm there, so it's all good. No. As of 9 o'clock this morning, I got the
And
work
so
into it. So.
you are connected with the local board, and he believes in giving back to the real estate community. So tell a little bit about that.
So that was something a mentor of mine told me a long time ago. No matter what field you're in, there's always an opportunity to give back. And I've kind of practiced that going forward. So I'm part of HAR, Texas Realtors. I'm part of all kinds of different organizations and just kind of giving back to the community. So I've got conferences coming up here shortly. I was supposed to be at a meeting earlier today, but I'm here. That's it. I mean, if you guys get the opportunity, give back whatever way you can back to your own fellow realtors. You know, it really does help a lot.
Okay. Thank you. Give him a warm welcome.
Welcome, Ruth. So to follow up with another announcement on leadership change, our culture in KW is always to grow, to get better, right? So I will be stepping out of the PC role, and yeah, it's okay. I'm still gonna be around. That's why I'm I'm moving to Mexico. So I'll be stepping out of the PC role. I'm so grateful for all the agents. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's been, I love seeing you guys grow. I'll still be involved in the office, teaching workshops and classes, but I am so excited to introduce our new PC coach. She is super experienced. A lot of you already know her, and I want to introduce Sarah Detmore.
Speech prepared.
So a lot of you know if Sarah's taught classes. I'll let you introduce yourself. And tell you about it.
So I'm Sarah Detmore. I have been a part of our KW Southwest family for a little over a year. It was like a year and a half. Yeah, sure. And I'm a MAPS coach. I'm a full-time MAPS coach. So I've been in the office teaching training classes. Very buyer-focused training. So I've been teaching, and I've seen and met some of you through my trainings. I'm so excited to, like Israel said, help our agents grow. I've been a coach for 5 years, I think. MAPS coach for 5 years. I've been with KW for 11, almost 12 years. So I've been around. And I'm super excited to be here and get to know all of you better and help you grow your businesses.
Before then, you were with.
Oh, before like here?
Local.
Oh, it's the Loken Group. I was a buyer agent, one of our top producing buyer agents with the Loken Group for almost 10 years. I was a member of our leadership team at the Loken Group. I was our VP of sales, so I ran our sales team. And yeah, been a MAPS coach, a MAPS one-on-one coach, a full-time coach. Personally, my experience. Oversaw. So when I was in my leadership role with the Loken Group, our sales team did over 500 resale units a year. Buyer units, we did about 250. Well, actually, it was more like 400. Those numbers are all wrong. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that. I personally, my highest year in production, I had 86 units, and that was exhausting. And we'll help you get there if you want to get there, though. But no, our sales team when I was at the Loken Group, we were doing 2,000 units a year. Yeah, it was 2,000, 1,000 resale, 1,000 new construction. Big new construction team over at the Loken Group as well. So
How many agents were you?
15 at the highest. Yeah. So yes,
Exactly.
So you're being in great hands. I'll still be around, guys. We'll be teaching workshops. One of my goals at our office is to continue offering resources so y'all can grow the business that you want. So I'm so grateful for you guys, and that's it.
we're so grateful.
Great. Thank you, guys. Hopefully, I'll come back from Mexico.
Now we can get on the plane.
Right. So y'all don't ask no questions. I'm just fun. Okay, so a lot of different changes. They're all exciting changes, and with every single change in your life.
And by the way, we're not up here making a change, okay? Just before people say, they're not gonna like you started that way, it's like, so we're
I was
leaving
just
too.
capping up what they did. No, I'm just saying with every change, there's an opportunity for you to advance in life, right? So you can look at a change and you can look at it as just an obstacle or it's something bad, or you can look at that change and choose to see it as an opportunity, right? And so we're gonna lean into those opportunities that we have. The changes are a wealth of resources, and even those who have stepped down from the role are still a wealth of resources, and they said that they're available for you as well, okay? So now let's talk about some changes that's happening within our industry. Everybody's familiar about what's happening with NAR, and so now that we're in, what does that mean? Okay, so now that we're with builders, we wanna bring the conversation to what you should be looking for when you, or questions you should be asking when you're dealing with clients who are interested in new construction. Okay, so let's start off with just the very beginning portion. One of the things you definitely want to make sure of, because of the new changes, that we need to have them under a buyer's rep before showing homes, correct? And so, yeah, so you need to have them under some form, either a short form or you have them on the long form, but definitely a buyer's rep. So everybody should have one of these. So I hope you have it. You're fine. I may have a couple more if anybody needs it. Shayla, if you can hand it back to them. And so it has the 4 questions. We're going to go a little bit deeper into that, but it also has the new NAR forms or TREC documents to kind of support those 4 questions as well. So that's what we're going to move through. For those of you online, I can post the 4 questions. I mean, they're real simple, but I can post the 4 questions and then make reference to what forms go with that. So you definitely want to make sure that you're registering your client. So before you're going out, you're having your buyer's consultation, and then you're having them sign either the short form or you're having them sign the long form. We'll look at that in just a second, the portions that you want to pay attention to. But then you want to register your client. So one of the questions you should ask is, what is your registration process? Builders, because they are sellers, are having to make some changes as well as they're going through relating with real estate agents to make sure the transaction is smooth. So what's your registration process for prospective homeowners and their real estate agent? You should have been asking that anyways. Some of them have an online registration. Some of them have, the paper form that's right there at the location. But another key thing to focus on is what happens when your client stops by and you don't even know it, right? So understand what that process is and what it looks like, and if you have already gotten them under a buyer's agreement, rep agreement, or not. Okay, so that's one.
Okay, hold on. And I think the biggest key on this is, right, is that every builder is probably gonna have a different process. And that's
Correct.
why you want to be proactive about it. And hey, what is your method because look, we're adjusting to this. We already know it's crazy. We've been having this conversation for over a month now, right? It's the same on their end, right? They're going to have processes change, right? So we're going to have to be up on that. It's
And
our responsibility.
And if they haven't, that leads us to the second one. Ask them if they're going to be having some process changes, all right? And during your buyer's consultation, if you notice on that next form in the long agreement, you're having to be very specific about your locations. So that second portion where it says market area, so section 3 definitions, market area, be very specific about the market areas that you're going to be taking that buyer. If I were you, and best practices, I would encourage you, if they've already said that they're doing or open to new construction homes, is reach out to certain builders who have a similar product that they might be looking for and go ahead and pre-register your client. Okay? Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you're saying is the builder protect that buyer initial.
We hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope so. Like,
Yeah, so we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that because of,
Yeah.
so not as the registration. That's between you and that client for that buyer short form, right?
Correct.
Right. So, but not as your registration, right? There's a portion that we want the builders to do, and we're gonna get to that. Okay. Yes, sir.
Want them to think that the buyer-
oh no, we're about to bring that up. Protect them. Correct.
No,
Yes.
the-
No, we
the-
don't have that conversation. just
No,
yet.
no, yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, yeah. Hang tight.
Why y'all tag teaming? No, I'm just playing. Okay, no, I'm just playing. No, good question. That's what it's for, right? Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, so
All right, so that's the first two questions. The second one is, again, do you plan on having any future, like, are there conversations happening, right? So constantly check in, even if you get your client under contract, because BTSAs like this, like TriPoint has this 10,000, you're gonna have to make an amendment to certain things when it's there. So we're gonna get to that. Well, let's get to that right now. Number 3, what is the current agent compensation? So lean into that, because when you're filling out, you have to know what's happening before you get your client under the broker, the agreement, right? So it behooves you to ask the question already. What are they already agreeing to see if that's going to align with your conversation, including, because some of them may just say, oh, it's 5%, oh, it's 4%, it's X percentage, right? And they don't tell you right then and there that there is a BTSA, a bonus to the selling agent, or they may have an escalation of things, meaning once upon a time, DR Horton, no, we're not going to use that building.
builders that
Right. So, okay. They on the block. Okay, we friends. We neighbors.
no, that's a dessert one. They in.
All right. So certain builders would say if you've sold so many properties within a year, then you're at X percentage, and if you sold between 6 and 10, then you're at X percentage, right? And so things like that might have to change because it's a case-by-case basis. So how do you make those changes? If you flip on through, because the first two things are the long form for the buyer's rep agreement, and the second one is the short form. We'll go back in case we have questions. So let's go to the amendment to the buyer tenant representation agreement. And we're just going through this quickly because we're just starting this conversation. I'm sorry. Okay, so is everybody there? It's like the 7th page, if you count, okay? So the amendment to the buyer tenant representation agreement. This is where you're going to make any changes that wasn't already agreed upon between you and your buyer before you brought them out. So you got there, so you got them under contract, agency contract, and then now you're out and you're visiting builders and they're liking a specific thing. And then lo and behold, the builder tells you, did you know we have a BTSA? Or did you know, I've seen you here several times. We've closed a couple of deals. Did you know that we're giving an additional X, Y, and Z to realtors who've done this? You're gonna be like, oh, really? All right. And then you're going to immediately, because it's all about disclosure, right? Go back and amend your contract before amend your agency contract before you sign for that additional compensation. Does that make sense?
So before the buyer actually buy the property.
Correct.
Before you go into contract for the purchase agreement, you need to make the amendment. Make sense?
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
A bonus?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Because your compensation that you went under agreement could have been for X percent, but now it's becoming Y percent, or now it's becoming X percent plus. Right. So you're only allowed to be compensated based on what you disclosed. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
Big G coming down with the hammer.
we'll go to Gary, then I'm gonna come here and there.
This is bad.
We're dealing with that.
Right. Right now, we're just dealing with buyers. There's a lot of other changes, but Gary, speak loudly to them.
For a member of the meeting, what happened to the buyer says, I don't want to sign, I want that permission.
This is where you negotiate. What would you encourage, Gary?
Yeah, I love it. What is it? WWT? What does Gary do? I should have Gary, we should have Gary come up here, actually.
Right.
Ask the experts.
Oh, please. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
So the question for those of you online was, what happens when your buyer, your client refuses to sign, noticing that you have this amendment, right? What do you do then? And they said that they want that additional amount. And so this is under negotiation. Anybody want to add something different?
Well, to me, I don't feel like that there's room for it to depend on my expertise and what I'm offering.
Correct.
So it's all about what you have to give your clients and what expertise, and have you done your job correctly?
Absolutely.
So if you've done your job correctly, then there's no reason they're gonna say, well, you know, I agreed to this and now you're getting more, so are you gonna give that to me?
Yeah. Lean into the questions. So lean in with questions, right? To understand where they're coming from. So lead with curiosity to find out why do they feel that this compensation should be going to them. And then from there, attach that to their motivation and then communicate your value. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Since you already know, that's why we're having these prior conversations. Since you already know that that is a possibility, build that into your consultation, your buyer's consultation. I gotta hit this question over here with Mike Day, then I can go back there.
Piggybacking on Lupita,
Oh,
we just don't have consumer suits. Would you rather get that thrown on you? Oh, would you rather get that thrown on you at the transaction point or in the very beginning, have that conversation up front?
Up front.
Right.
So this is the new way of doing business and we will get better at it and figure things out. And after a while, it'll just be the way we do business. But you have to be able to convey your value.
Right.
You have to.
And those are part of sales skills, right? So if you don't have to wait on us to help you enhance your sales skills. There are tons of videos out there. And then when we do have trainings at the office, participate. Because understanding the science and art of sales is going to be critical during this time frame. You had an additional question.
I understand. Wouldn't it make sense to just explain to the client that that bonus is from the builder to you because you've already sold a multiple amount of houses? So it's like, you know, it's like, how do I negotiate giving you something that it's received, like it's being given to me? So it's not, you know, it's not something that can really be negotiated to where it goes to you. Because if it goes to you, then the builder wouldn't even pay.
Right. That's if it's the case, but I want y'all to, I don't think you heard what she said. She said 2 sales skill words there or questions. Wouldn't it make sense? Write that one down. And then the second one is how? How does that work? How would that look? Those are 2 big real estate or any type of sales questions. Okay. Jimmy.
What happened?
Well, then this doesn't apply.
Yeah, I honestly, like,
You know,
like, it's better than not doing. And it should still convey as long as the buyer doesn't throw a fit. It's like when we get a buyer's representation agreement signed late, currently until August
Yeah, you
17th,
can have
right?
amendments.
Yeah. Yes. But you want to make sure it's done prior to avoid any kind of conflict.
Absolutely. Mike, I'm sorry.
My question is for like, can you even do this where if the builder offered a BTSA, are you even allowed to give it back to the buyer?
That's a great question.
Well, that's a great
gonna be
question.
Based on the builder
And based on their lending,
and the
yes.
lending too. Well, there's all those
Lending
factors are going to be
criteria.
involved, right?
Absolutely.
Doesn't change, right?
Yeah.
It's always been the case.
Right.
It needs maxed out.
Yeah. Or the lender may not pass it on to the buyer.
So did y'all hear that?
I mean, not the lender, I'm sorry, the builder.
The builder may not pass it on because it's up to them. So let's talk about that. All right. So the last page. Oh,
Pam, was there a comment? Pam? Elizabeth, okay.
okay. So the compensation agreement, right? So one of the questions that you're going to ask, question number 4 is, are you using a brokerage for your sales? So are they using a broker for their sales? Because not every builder is the person who's actually signing the contract, doing whatever else. They may have a relationship with another brokerage. So you need to know that. Okay. If it is with another brokerage, then you're just approaching that brokerage like you're doing every other brokerage and having a conversation on what's the compensation, what's this and what's that. Okay. If their answer is no, that means that the builder themselves are being placed on the contract as the seller. So that's the owner. And if they're the owner, then you need this document, which is the compensation agreement between broker and owner. That's that last one.
Until previously, you were using it only for FSBOs, basically.
Correct.
Right? Now, because compensation is no longer on the MLS and it can't be proven, now we have to have a document that shows that, just like we were doing on leases previously. Okay? So this is an agreement that essentially the seller is going to pay you, right? In writing as a contract.
And so you see on number 3, asking price, they can put what the asking price is there. And then if you go down to broker fees, right? In A1 and A, it's if owner agrees to do this, it's a percentage. Or they can check B and they can list something else. And then you see number 2 where it says the fee is payable either during the term or after it or end. This is where different stipulations might be placed on that. All right. So this compensation agreement is one that you're having a conversation prior to going under contract. So that's why these questions are critical from the very beginning. Okay. At that point, you should know if you're going to be TSA. At that point, you should know if there's an escalation for percentages. At that point, you should know, right? If you're asking these questions prior to. What additional questions do we have? I think we wrapped that up pretty quickly.
So she, let's say I have buyer already in the contract, but they're so should I be basically from with them?
No, they're already under contract, they're fine.
Yeah. What about when the price changes?
What about the base?
That's right. Right. Because you know how.
Well, if we
I'm not gonna
have
get back-
if we have a percentage, then that's all going to work out, right?
Some of them.
Yeah.
It's a flat fee.
So where that
Flat fee?
becomes.
Flat fee?
Yeah.
Say margin strategy and.
Yeah, that would then be an amendment to make it a flat fee.
Right.
So.
You have to amend. There's going to be a lot of amending going on, guys. Yeah.
All right.
All right, let me be fully
Great
transparent. Okay, fully transparent. The days of let me bring or send my client to the builder, and then they love a house, they talk to the associate, the contract comes to you by DocuSign, and yes, you're the agent on the deal, and then you're not talking to them forever until you show up at closing day and you get paid. Those days are done.
Put it to rest.
Okay.
Sing a song with it.
Yeah, you guys are actually going to have to do work, even on new construction. Okay.
Because you're gonna need it.
And as we've already mentioned a couple of times, this was going to be my soapbox moment. All of this starts at the beginning, guys. This is not only articulating your value, right? And your value propositions, like Israel said earlier, but educating them on the process and what it's going to look like. And hey, what are some of the, you know, the things that are going to happen down the road potentially, whether you get a bonus potentially. Or it's just when you're having that value conversation, be like, hey, look, I am experienced in X, Y, and Z. So depending on the builder, there's potentially, I have the experience with XYZ builders. So my recommendation is that's the part you're selling. Hey, work with me. I've worked with these builders.
Yeah.
I know their product. I'm an expert. Hey, because of that, sometimes they reward me. I just want to be transparent. So if you decide to choose on a builder I've worked with before, there's an opportunity where, hey, my compensation could change. I will let you know, and I'll just have a, I'll document it for you. Yes, Pam. 100%. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
I really could imagine.
Yes.
So Pam Shockey suggested that maybe she's encouraging you guys to actually, right,
Definitely.
that was facetious,
Yeah.
that you should go out and actually meet builders and the different salespeople that are supporting that building organization. I also would encourage you, stop waiting for the story to come to you. Stop waiting for the story to come to you. Whatever story they're going to come up with, or it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and blah, blah. Start creating the story that's going to come to you. I know, right? I just made that up. I felt it was deep.
I mean, for the record, I said created, like.
No, it felt deep in the moment. Let me.
Yes, right.
No, seriously though, I'm serious. Think about that. Stop waiting for the story to come to you. Create the story that's going to come to you. What does that look like? We know the changes are happening. There are a lot of brokerages out there. God bless them. They may or may not be having these conversations, but we are. So look at this change as an opportunity for you to start writing the story you want to do. Get on your typing and sending your letters, get on your text messages and tell them what's happening. Tell them what's happening. Encourage them. Let them see how complicated it is. This is how you're starting to build your value before they get to the point of needing to use a real estate agent. If you've already been in their mind, you're haunting their dreams. Well, maybe not haunting them. Right? That's a good dream. Yeah. Right? So just do. Stop waiting for that story to come to you. Go create the story that you want to come to you. And I'm going to trademark that so nobody take it. Okay. All right.
One thing.
That was a mic drop moment.
Okay. Remember, at the root of it, we're a relationship-based business, and don't just think about the relationship between you and your client, right? In new construction, that can be between you and the builders. Okay. So build those relationships. Right?
Ask questions, go there. And so with all that, we're going to end our team meeting, this portion of it, so you guys can go start creating those relationships and creating those stories. The builder, he left already. Anybody from either Johnson Development, Tri-Point, or Harvest Green, or any of the other builders that we might go, did y'all have anything to add?
Anything?
Anything to add before we close it out?
By the way, we're watching y'all if you're going directly to the dessert model home.
I wasn't listening to them.
Oh.
Again, I wasn't listening to them when they spoke, but I did hear parts of it because then I had people coming in. So that's why I wasn't listening. Maybe I'm ADD. I don't know. Sorry if anybody's scared of dogs. Chance is making his rounds now because he finally got loose. He is very friendly. But anyway, you guys, I'm here. If you guys need anything, also the sales host is here, Jose. He's amazing. So if you guys need anything from him, don't forget to scan the QR codes. That's one thing I want to say. I mean, there are 50 people here today, you guys. That's 50 people that could scan the QR code and really make Corey happy, because you heard her say it's been really rough because of the storms. Nobody's coming out and doing this. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. That's what she said without using those words. So we really need you guys to scan the QR codes. Please scan as many as you can. Make her look good. We have a team meeting, a retreat coming up. And I know those numbers are gonna be a part of that, so she wants to look good. Can you guys help?
Helping her look good helps us look good too, because this wouldn't be possible without those type of things, okay? So definitely scan it twice,
Thank you.
use your maiden name.
Yeah,
I don't
do
know, just
anything.
like-
Anyway, that's all. You guys have, to don't forget, get your lunches at the ticket that you received, okay? If you grab another lunch at the wrong model, then somebody else is not gonna get lunch, especially since they were all handed out. There's only 6 vegetarian options at the Coventry model. So I asked the question before I handed them out, but there were like 10 or 12 tickets. So there's more lunches over there. It's not just vegetarian, but please save the veggie ones for those that truly need vegetarian option. But they're bowls. They're like bowls with like different meats or not, if it's veggie, but they are so good. TJ's Catering. Woo-hoo. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you
so much. Go ahead and tour this model and then make your way around. Was this helpful? All right. Did y'all appreciate Johnson Development and the entire Harvest Grade team? Give them a round of applause. All right, we are here for you if you need us. We're here to support you, answer the questions as much as we possibly can. Lean into your resources, lean into the compliance officers.
Oh, one more shameless plug. Hey, if these conversations are something you're intrigued with, or where we talk about the new processes, the contracts, whatnot, do not forget, every Friday from 1 to 2, in person and on Zoom, we have these discussions on the new documents, the new contracts, the new processes. I'm loving how a lot of our producing agents and teams are coming in and participating. Okay, and it's turned into great conversations, high-level conversations that now they're keep coming back because it's been great. We've already done 3. I think, Mike, we talked about potentially having how the conversations we're going to have is the topic for this Friday, right? We've talked about. Yeah, Mike's loving it. Yeah. Yeah, right. So I think this Friday we're going to do, hey, how to have these conversations with your clients, okay? Is what we're going to focus on.
All right. Other than that, thank you guys, everybody. Let us know if you need anything. See y'all later.
Bye, guys. Enjoy it. Don't forget, DocuSign at 1 o'clock at the training room. That means you got to eat, look at the miles, and head down there. Make sure you're out by 12:50 or so. Oh. What?